world as we know it is changing. Is it for the good or for the bad? Only time will tell. I have my opinion, but that's a video for a different day. I have not done a podcast in quite a few weeks. Took a long needed vacation, which was needed, and completely unplugged for about 2 weeks. Prior to that, didn't know exactly where real estate was heading. So it's hard for me to do videos on something I don't know what's going to happen. So I waited and waited and waited and waited over a month before I did this podcast. So real estate is changing at many different levels, and that's what I want to talk to you about and how it's going to affect you. The most obvious is due to Liberation Day and tariffs. Whether you agree with them or not is irrelevant. They are there. What's happening is that people are freaking out. The stock market is taking a huge hit, and there's a lot of fear and uncertainty. Well, when there's fear and uncertainty, people pull their money out of there and put it somewhere safe. Well, what's safe? 10-year treasury bill, safe. Lower interest rate, but it's safe. As more and more people invest in the 10-year treasury bill, what does it do to mortgage rates? It puts pressure on them to go down, and that's exactly what's happening. The 10-year treasury bill is hovering a little below 4%. Rates have come down about 0.25%. Will they continue? I don't know. Nobody knows. But I will say, as long as there is uncertainty and fear, I think more people will move into the 10-year treasury bill, forcing the rates down. Now, why is this happening? I am not intelligent enough to know exactly what the thinking is and why they're doing what they're doing. I mean, I can get you 10 different opinions based on 10 different podcasts and 10 people that I spoke to. The only thing that I will talk about is how it applies to real estate and refinancing. Some time ago, I did a video about how one of the largest two major things are happening in 2025 as far as real estate is concerned and as far as debt is concerned. The first one was that commercial real estate has a lot of paper loans that are due, that are due first and second quarter of this year. They were at a much higher rate. The rate is a lot higher today than it was when they bought these properties 5 years ago when COVID was around. Well, to refinance, it makes absolutely no sense. So what's going to happen? Are they going to be able to refinance? Some will, some won't. Are they going to be foreclosed on and banks are going to be holding all this paper? So that's one. Two, the government has to refinance, I want to say it's $36 trillion this year. They have to refinance. That's due. So it makes sense that if you create chaos and you force people into your treasury bill, it does force rates down. This allows commercial lenders to refinance all the paper on those commercial properties, and it also allows the government to refinance interest rates at a lower rate. It makes sense. Short-term pain for to be able to have a better financial situation as far as debt is concerned. Debt for the government, refinancing, like I say, $36 to $38 trillion, and the debt on all these commercial loans that are due, that is, I want to say, almost $1 trillion. That is a lot of money. And it makes sense from that standpoint why we have this chaos going on. Now, is that the reason they're doing it? I don't know, but it looks like that will be a benefit of what's going on. A benefit that, hey, money's going to be cheaper. At what cost? I mean, only time will tell. But I will say this. I really think that rates will continue to go down a little more. I think we'll be at around the 6% interest rate by the summer. But I think it's going to be yo-yo, where it'll be like that maybe for 6 months to 8 months, and then it'll go back up again. So I think we're going to have a small window the last 6-7 months of this year to buy, refinance, try to get our debts cheaper before it yo-yos back up. And my concern is if it yo-yos back up, that's going to put us right back where we were, which is a lot of people can't afford to buy housing because it's too expensive. Real estate homes are not coming down in price. I don't see anything changing that right now at all. I looked at the foreclosure rates. The foreclosure rates are like 1/8 of 1%. It's almost nothing. And it makes sense because everybody has equity. The reason people get foreclosed on is they lose their jobs, and there's no benefit to them selling their house because there's no money to be made, so they hold on for dear life. And if the way they look at it is whether it takes 6 months or a year, they don't have to pay rent. That's money they can save for the next property. Well, the difference now is everybody has equity. If I was to lose my job tomorrow and had to sell my house, I'd make $400,000. So I wouldn't go into foreclosure and immediately sell because I don't want to lose that money. So understand there's going to be a lot of uncertainty. There's going to be a lot of boomeranging of things going on in the mortgage rates and in the real estate market. The only thing that's not boomeranging is the real estate value, but rates definitely are. I will keep you up to date on all the changes, but if rates continue to go down, regardless of what you think of Liberty Day, whether they did it on purpose or not, it definitely will be a benefit for all the debt that has to be refinanced in 2025, which is about $38 trillion.